Hi, my name is Christina Martin, and I am presenting my final reflections for MDS 300. Let's get started. So, this is kind of going to outline what my presentation is going to be about. I'm going to talk about my journey and my reflections from the class, and then what I plan on doing with the things that I learned. This was just a fun question. How many languages do you need to know to communicate with the rest of the world? I thought that this was really pertinent because that was one of the things that this class taught me, was several different ways of communicating. It turns out just one, your own, with a little help from the MDS program. So my why, that is me and that is my daughter, and that's pretty much my why. I want to be able to get a promotion at work, and I can't do that without completing a bachelor's degree. I also want to set a really good example for my daughter. Before, getting a degree wasn't always a priority because I had a career, I was making money. It just never crossed my mind that it was something that I needed to get done. And then I had my daughter, and everything changed. So from 2011 to 2018, I have taken several classes. I started in 2011 and I was really directionless. I think if you look at my transcripts, you'll see that I've changed majors no less than probably once a semester since I started. And a lot of that was just that I never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. Everything is exciting to me. I probably would be a professional student for the rest of my life if it paid well. Unfortunately, I pay well to be a student. So that being said, it started to become clearer and clearer that I needed to pick a direction and just get going, because taking 100, 200, 300 level classes in a variety of disciplines wasn't going to get me anywhere. But that's still what I did. And then in July of 2017, I had my daughter, Eloise, and that really just changed everything. Everything that I thought I knew changed. And anyone who's a parent can probably say the same thing. It became really clear that I needed to get it together and get a degree, and that this just wasn't about me anymore. I need to be able to be sure that I can provide for my daughter and make sure that we have a roof over our heads and food in our fridge. And for me, getting a degree is part of that. I also wanted to prove to her that you can do anything when you set your mind to it. And regardless of the struggles that I've had in obtaining a degree, I did it. And I want to be able to, when she grows up and is going to college, I want to be able to say, I did it, so can you. So in the summer of 2018, on a whim, I just decided to contact my one of the advisors for the MDS program and kind of talk about what that could look like for me. And that day I signed up for class, which I think started I signed up for a class that started that week, and then the MDS class, which started about a month later. So I was taking 2 summer classes, and it was like I finally found the drive that I had always been looking for before. And then I think I have a couple more semesters ahead of me. If I really put my mind to it and get everything done, I could be graduated with a bachelor's degree finally in 2019, which is amazing for me. So, reflections. My takeaways from the reflection paper were actually surprising. I thought I would learn a lot about class, but really what I learned a lot about is my passion for academic advising and my job. So in my job, I work with lots of students, and I talk to them about classes, and I help them figure out other issues that they may be facing as a student. And when I was researching my topic, which was basically the impact of academic advising on student success, it became very clear that I care a lot about my job And I really want to be able to take the research that I did and continue to do more and learn more about how academic advising can impact students. As far as my IDP, that basically guided the whole process for me. It was really cool to be able to dig into the undergraduate catalog and start sorting through the classes that I had taken and the classes that I could take and where my prerequisites would fit in and how that would look like in terms of a degree that I could use in my job. So at being an academic advisor, it was clear to me that I needed to take classes on counseling. And then also I'm a manager, so it also became clear that I needed to take classes on leadership because that was something that I've never done. And managing people, a team of people, has been really difficult for me. It's not something that I am inherently good at. So I knew that in my IDP, I wanted to include classes that would bring me to that next level. Since I have a daughter, I also knew that I wanted to do some personal enrichment, and that involved taking some psychology classes on childhood development and then adolescent development, which the adolescent development isn't in my IDP, but I do plan on taking that class. And, you know, a lot of that is going to help me be a better parent, which was really part of my goal, is to be a better employee and to be a better parent. And the IDP really fleshed that out for me as far as the classes that I can take to be successful. And the skills that I achieved in this class were definitely some problem solving skills. Teamwork as well. That is something that I am not inherently good at. In my job, I'm often kind of a lone wolf. And so being a part of a team was a struggle that I think I needed to really go through to learn a lot about myself and a lot about how I can be a better team member, both in class and in real life at work. With problem solving, I learned a lot about different tools. I have never recorded a presentation before, so that was new to me. And it was really cool to be able to use tools that I am not familiar with to be able to create things and then see the product at the end. That was really neat for me. And I do think that I will use that a lot later, whether it's in distance advising, which is something that I haven't done. I've never done video advising, but I think that I definitely could after this. And then also, even just in creating this presentation, that was definitely stretching my skills a little bit because I don't normally have to do that at work, but I will be expected to. So it's cool to be able to kind of hone those skills before I have to actually deploy them. So what's next for me? Definitely continuous improvement and learning. Like I said, I would be a student for the rest of my life if it paid well. But since it doesn't, I am going to continue to improve and learn as a parent and as an employee as best as I can, whether that's taking classes at Boise State through my MDS degree or after I graduate, continuing to be a part of professional organizations that offer professional development, just always being willing to enrich myself further. I also want to take everything that I have learned and will learn and apply it in my everyday. That's something that's really important to me. I don't want to take classes necessarily just for learning's sake. I want to be able to take the things that I've learned and put them to work. Application is really important to me. Obviously graduating, that's a big thing for me. I never thought that I would graduate with a college degree after about 2015. So turning it on its head and making sure that that's a goal that I complete is going to be amazing. And, you know, going forward, since I already have a career, being able to get that promotion and to serve my students better is really what I'm looking for here. And I really think that the classes that I have chosen can do that for me. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.